Today we're making nectarine butter. We had nectarines that I bought for nectarine liqueur, and we have some left, so I'm just going to make a small batch of nectarine butter. I've already washed the nectarines. I'm going to chop them up using white nectarines, and what I'm going to do is chop all of them up, see how much I have first, and then we'll see how much sugar we need to add for the butter. They're really good. They're a little soft. Makes me just want to bite into one. Can't chop one-handed, so you can see these nectarines are really good. They just taste good. They smell so good. I got them at the local produce, the local farm by my house, actually. And I'm leaving the skins on. I'm keeping any blemishes. You can see in there's a few blemishes, a few tree marks. But I'm taking the stems and seeds out, and then we're going to run this through a colander, so it doesn't matter if the skin's on there, and the skin actually gives some natural pectin. All right, I'll be back after I get these chopped up. I have about twice as many as I show here. We are made a good bit of progress here. Got quite a bit chopped. That's the nectarine liqueur that I made yesterday. That'll sit for a couple of months. It only needs to sit for about a month. That takes nectarines, vodka, and sugar, and I'll strain it out in about a month here. Got some left, and I'm going to save a nice bowl because these are very tasty. Okay, so I didn't actually measure. We're just going to play it by ear. I'm going to get these going. All right, so we have added in lemon juice and about 1.5 cups of sugar. You don't have to add sugar. It does help with the preservation if you're going to can it. Butter just basically gets boiled down until it's thicker. I'm not adding any other seasonings to this. You can really add whatever you want. I really want it to just be pure, delicious nectarine flavor. And then the lemon juice helps with the acidity. So anytime you're canning, though, you should look up different websites meant just for canning and get any guidance from there. No, by no means an expert in this, just sharing things I've made before. I have this on medium heat in a heavy bottom pan, just my Dutch oven. But you don't have to use a Dutch oven, just whatever heavy bottom. I'm going to slowly bring it up to a boil, but also reducing down the fruit itself. You can see the juice and the sugar is working. It smells really good in my house right now. Okay, we are boiling away. It's gonna be a little shaky here. I'm using a potato masher to mash it down just a little bit. Once I get done mashing it, and you don't have to do this, it just helps with the processing a little bit. Once I'm done mashing it, I'll bring it up to, or I'll have it just keep it on a low rolling boil for about 20 minutes until it's about the consistency that I want. We have a nice simmering boil right here. I'm going to just leave it here for 20 minutes. I'm going to stir it periodically. I am not going to put the lid on because I want to reduce this down so my sauce is nice and thick. So I've turned up the heat. It's still bubbling. I got it to about the consistency I wanted. It was only 17 minutes. We're going to take it off the stove and start putting it through the colander. It's a pretty red color. It smells so good in the house. And we got my colander set up. My kitchen is very full at the moment. So canning season, yay. We're gonna attempt to start this. Just gonna ladle, being careful not to scrape the bottom of my pan, and see how, a terrible sound. You can see how thick it is already. I wanted very thick, and then you can see it's already starting to go through there. So we're just gonna continue to ladle this in, and then we will use this and start mushing it in there. So this in itself has the consistency where you could just can it like this. I'm actually tempted to, but I'm not going to. It smells good. You can just use it basically as a fruit preserves, but that's not what we're doing today. On this, you just work it through, and as it goes, it just starts straining out. I know it looks pretty thin, but it'll thicken up as this goes through, and then it'll definitely thicken up as things cool down. I'm just going to continue to work this through. It's oddly satisfying. You can see it leaves all the skins out. And then with the leavings on this, we're actually going to create a shrub. You can see it just working its way through, following into the sauce. This comes out as you push it through. So we're almost done with this. Making good progress here. So that's what's left. I'm gonna use the rest of that for a shrub. My jar's all sanitized. Just showing you the consistency of this. Actually tastes really good. My husband came down and actually ate all the compote that I'd saved, but it was pretty good. I definitely am going to go get another box of nectarines after making this. So I'm gonna fill my jars. I heated them in the oven to sanitize them, and then I'll be back once they're all filled. So whenever you're canning, I always do research, no matter what a YouTube channel says or a book says or an article. And I always look up what I need to do to safely do food preservation. Here I'm just moving the air bubbles out. I didn't make all that much. I don't know that it was even worth canning, but we're going to go ahead and can it anyway because we're doing the Every Bit Counts challenge. After you've cleaned them off, and you put the lids on. I went ahead and got these lids on Amazon. I will say when it comes to canning, it can be expensive to start up, but a lot of things you can get used as well, like the water bath. You can usually get them at garage sales. I get my jars, at garage sales, estate sales. I reuse them and just sanitize them. Anyways, I'm gonna put the lids on. I can't do that one-handed, and you're gonna do it fingertip tight. Means you're not going to tighten it, you're going to let a little air escape. Since I'm only doing 2, I'm putting rings around so that they don't bump into each other and break. My skin, since there's still a little bit left in them, I'm going to make a shrub. So a shrub is basically 1 part fruit and 1 part sugar, 1 part vinegar. So I'm not fully measuring this. It's actually not sugary once it's all said and done. The vinegar eats up the shrubs, or eats up the sugar. Fill the rest up with champagne vinegar. You can really use any type of vinegar. Balsamic with fruits is very good. It's expensive though, so you can use like a 1/3 balsamic and a 1/3 white vinegar, or 2/3 white vinegar. And this is too heavy to pour one-handed, so I'm just gonna pour it in there and I'll be back. The vinegar. I'm just going to gently stir. I splattered vinegar all over the counter, so my house now smells like vinegar. As we're going to stir this to combine it, you don't have to be too aggressive with it. You can shake or stir it for the next couple of days. I'm going to let this sit for about a week before I strain out the produce, and then I'll strain it all out, and you can either let it sit longer and have the vinegar keep eating the sugars, or you can bottle it, put it in a fridge, or you can can it actually. I have never done that though. And you'll have a beautiful shrub. It's really good added to sparkling water or alcohol. So, thanks for watching our video.